Yeah, we were just talking about how a husband candidate will find me and bring like random strangers, their friends, their parents. And it's like, if you're a random husband, you can bring the whole world outside, but not into my personal space. I'm not a church. I definitely don't even want to be harassed or bothered, but like, I want people to get miracles and I want people to understand the power of God, but from far away. So, I mean, if you're going to stalk me from far away just to understand the power of God, absorb the power of God, just maybe to ask a few questions while you watch my existence and realize countries could do this to something that's an actual dead God giant and you just want to understand it or something. Like to go near my vicinity to understand the power of God. Well, okay, that makes sense. But like, don't take yourself into somebody's personal space because then that's just gross. And we were talking about how like it's a good thing we lecture about certain things because the world is paved with the pathway to hell built by those good intentions. I know when you are a person struggling, you're going to go to church and be lectured like they are God. They're not God, they're humans. They tell stories and they want money. When you go to church and the preacher starts lecturing you because your life ain't perfect, just sit there and realize that if you would be better at telling stories on Sunday and asking for money, you could probably sit in that place and say, okay, this preacher won't stop lecturing me like he's God reincarnated. But is this an actual house of God to any extent? Is there any actual God anywhere near here to any extent? I would like to tell stories on Sunday and get a lot of money and not deal with this preacher treating me like shit because my life ain't ideal right now. Right. Or you go into a shelter. Yeah, I get it. I'm poor. I'm homeless. I've been through something. My husband beat me. Now I'm at a shelter. And these shelter people will not lecture you enough. You're always the bad one that needs to be fixed by too much lecturing and too much therapy and too much structure of what they should do to you. And you sit there and say, wow, that's great. That's great. You're a shelter. And you believe that your shelter structure is superior and will make me into a better tomorrow. So I'm going to trust in it, and it, maybe 50-50 chance will work if I learn to take from your structure whatever I realize actually does help me. What you want to do is say, do you pass out medication constantly? Hello, bitches. You have a job, you have money, and you have life. Do you pass out medication constantly? No? Okay. This shit is gonna suck. Because I don't know anybody who's having a good time that goes to the goddamn shelter. Okay, 2. Do you ever do anything that actually works? Like, what is your percentage of success? Well, we ask for money and we get donations and we have this structure. And it has how much percentage of success? Because I just want my life to be better. I don't need you to judge me and treat me like shit. I already know I'd want to live better, bitch. Who the hell lives like this on purpose? Except weird radical people. Or beach bums. And then they'd of course say, well, we help quite a few people. It's usually people that take what they know is working and help themselves to end up better by the time they get out of the shelter. A lot of the stuff is like going to government or county shit. It's like going to your stupid, dumb, my city or my state requires it, or my courthouse said I had to go to these classes. And like most of it's so stupid, doesn't make the world a better place at all. Like I said a long time ago, those movies about DUIs and the real car accident, the real tragedy of the victims and the DUI driver, that shit changed the world in the future. When the government was making you watch those DUI movies, man, that shit worked. But other than that, the government does a billion things that don't even really work. It's just something you have to sit through. And really, I'm explaining that church and shelters are about the same. They just want to tell you all the problems about you. And you're like, I don't have problems when I know I'm a good person. So if I'm in a bad predicament and I don't have money, and you are a preacher telling me I'm a bad person and you have money, okay, let's bring God into this conversation as to why you have a right to treat me bad when I know I might be homeless, but I'm not a bad person. Because I don't think God would want to treat me like shit and judge me all day. I think God would just want me to get on my feet and fly and teach me how to find my wings. But like, I get it. You're all humans who act superior, therefore must abuse everything. Got it. And you have to remember that, because you'd sit at the shelter and you're not going to get unlimited medication. You'll get whatever they decide and give you, right? So you ain't going to be at a shelter high as a kite, happy as fuck, like in those old people convalescent homes, just flying high like a weird balloon out there. Able to coast through feeling like depressed and more shit. until they hooked on phonics fix it up here or something, and you can merge off the medication overload and shit. But like, they expect and expect, and you're always the bad one. And you want to sit at that shelter and be like, wow, I bet you're a shelter that could easily work with companies that would maybe let your shelter be right in the middle of 3 companies that just put us to work and get us back to living. But it's easier to be so fucking sickening and abuse us all. Like a bunch of dead fucking nobody or poverty stricken or whatever fucking cattle run you have to abuse and judge all day to feel like you're something. And it's like, God can solve every problem in 2 seconds. And you people keep the problems going because it's fun to abuse shit and mistreat shit and act like you're God and shit. And most people want to be like, and I've had it. But when you're poor, you're like, but I'm poor. So I'm going to sit in this shelter and I'm going to take whatever fuck you dish out while Bonnie tells me I should have went to Martha's. And you know what? I'm going to sit here in this church and listen to your shit while you judge me in Bible class all day and probably fucking smacked your kid every Tuesday. And there's nothing I can do about it. And I know it. And that's just what this planet really is. And why a place like this would put murder in Tom and Jerry cartoons. And like, you start to learn what day it is and just say, okay, I get it. I mean, I get the deal. I get the deal. Unless I'm the rich one, I'm always the bad one, or something's wrong with me. And if I'm rich, I can murder anything. Nobody gives a shit because I'm rich. Which is why people take forever to give a shit whether OJ really did it or not or anything else. I get it. I get humanity, man. I understand what you guys all are. When you get there, yeah. So spell out and lecture when you're just not going to put up with shit. Spell out and lecture when you're just not going to put up with shit. And the greatest part, when you can't take it no more, thank God there's my queen, my queen, my queen. I know you guys can sit in shelters and be like, my queen, my queen, my queen. Gods, can you like jack me on to like monumental suicidal depression shit? These people don't give me medication for fuck. Or I've been sitting at a church wishing for a miracle while they lecture me. My queen, my queen, my queen. Gods, man, can you jack me on to something real? I mean, fuck. How hard is it for the preacher to go to companies and have a list of people who get people to work? I understand humanity is sick. Gods, can you help me? They always will, as long as you guys are worthy.